This is part 3 of a series of videos where we build a Google Sheets stock portfolio tracker. We are building this free tool that we can use from our phones or computers. It requires minimum data entry, it tracks our stocks, it shows charts that help us visualize our investments, and it also tracks our portfolio performance against the S&P 500. In this upcoming video, we are building a table and the formulas necessary to track our portfolio performance and to compare it against the S&P 500. Now I'm going to calculate the total value of the portfolio. I just copied the styles from column E and I'm changing this to portfolio value, and for the actual value we're making a sum of all the values in column E and we got our total portfolio value. And to calculate the performance we need to take that and compare it to the total investments that we made, the total amount of money that we put in, and we divide that by the sum of the total costs from column F. This gives us 1.4 and we need to subtract 1 just to get the actual percentage difference, and I'm just going to do that now and format this as percentage, and our portfolio performance is 40% of the period of time that we invested. I copied and pasted the conditional formatting just to make it look a bit better. If it's under 0 it should be red, if it's over 0 it should be green. And now every respectable investor and respectable portfolio should be tracked against an index, and to do that we are going to look at the price of VOO on the dates where we made our fictive investments. We are going to compare our investments with investing the same amount of money into the VOO ETF, and to get the historical price of that ETF we are going to do just what we did to get the historical price for our shares in a previous video. Turns out on January 1st it was $298 the VOO, and to calculate how many shares we would have purchased, just like we did previously, we are dividing the 500 amount with the share price and we get 1.68. Now we just need to do some formatting to remove the dollar amount that we added in there and drag everything down to get all the values. But turns out something's wrong. I forgot to add an absolute reference there, and I'm gonna do that by pressing F4 after I select E1. And now when I drag everything down, everything looks great. This is how many shares of VOO I would have purchased at the exact same time when I made my investments. And now, to be fair, we need to also calculate the portfolio value of a VOO portfolio and calculate the performance that we would have had investing into that. In there I just pasted the formats. To do that I'm pressing Ctrl Alt and V, and it just pasted the format from wherever I copied it. To get the VOO portfolio value I'm getting the price of VOO today and I'm multiplying it by the total investments that I made, and for that I'm getting the number of shares that I would have purchased from the trades sheet, and look at that, I would have had that dollar amount investing into VOO as compared to the stock picking portfolio. Now for the performance I just copied the styles from there, and we need to calculate the performance just like we did with our portfolio. I'm dividing the VOO portfolio value by the sum of total costs and I'm subtracting 1, and look at that, our fictive portfolio has beaten our fictive S&P 500 portfolio. I'm making some small adjustments in here. I'm adding some borders, and I'm adding some borders to my portfolio table as well. But this is the comparison with the ETF. This was part 3 of the series. Now if you want to watch part 4, there's a link in the description for that. It will show you how to add some graphs just to visualize the portfolio a bit better. But if you don't want to see that, thank you for watching part number 3, and please hit the like button on this video.